And together, our three programs have done, more than 30,000 transplants, which is just amazing.
Well, Mayo Clinic celebrates quite the milestone. This week marks 60 years now since the first human organ transplant. It was a kidney. And during that time, it has now transplanted more than 31,000 organs, all between its three campuses in Rochester, Arizona, and Florida. It's easy to look at these as numbers, but there's a man in Byron who knows it's about lives, and one of them is his own. In the march of life, there are those that follow the beat of the drum.
My name is Kurt Brandau.
And those that beat their own.
I guess what makes me most unique is my perseverance and resilience.
These days, the only thing beating a more consistent rhythm than Kurt Brandau is his heart.
I was born with congenital aortic stenosis, where it's a narrowing of the aorta valve. Aorta is very important in getting blood to the body.
But after 5 surgeries, Kurt needed a new heart.
I think they officially put me on the list in January of 2021, and then it took almost 2 years to get the heart.
He got it last November in a 12-hour surgery at Mayo Clinic. It was a complete success, but the stress of his old heart took its toll on his kidneys.
They were kind of in the failing process leading up to the heart transplant, and the procedure itself just kind of knocked him out.
So he went on another waiting list. Then 3 weeks ago, almost to the day of his heart transplant anniversary, Mayo doctors transplanted a kidney. That too, a success.
I feel great. I have way more energy than I've had in a long time.
It's an important milestone, not just for Kurt, but for Mayo Clinic. 60 years ago this week, Dr. George Hallenbeck led the Mayo team that performed the clinic's first organ transplant.
For us, it's an opportunity to look on the progress that we have made since that first transplant till now.
Dr. Julie Heimbach now leads the Mayo Clinic transplant program.
For myself, when I looked at how things went with the very first few transplants, the most amazing thing was that it was even possible.
In those first few years, the survival rate after 1 year was less than 50%. Now, it's more than 95%.
So the major change is being able to use medications to allow the immune system not to fight with the new organ, to not have rejection, and that's been the most significant change.
But with all of the advancements in organ transplantation, one of the main challenges still remains the incredible mismatch between those who need an organ and the availability of one. New technology may help. Mayo Clinic is currently collaborating with a Twin Cities biotech firm to construct new livers from human cells. And with heart and lungs, it's developing new methods with perfusion to utilize more donated organs than it could use in the past.
These are technologies that allow us to assess the organ and make sure that it would be safe to transplant and kind of make it function a little bit longer and a little bit better so that it would be safe to transplant and allow us to do more heart and lung transplants than we've ever been able to do before.
But it all begins with the generosity of a donor.
Tomorrow is promised to nobody.
Kurt Brandau has twice received that generosity. They are now driving his own rhythm of life.
I now can say that, God willing, I have more life to live because of somebody's gift of life to me.
As of today, there are 2,400 Minnesotans currently on the waiting list to receive an organ. The vast majority of them are kidneys, 1,800, 166 liver, and 96 people waiting for a heart transplant. Again, this is all of this afternoon in the state of Minnesota. So you can see here, the need is great. And if you have not already signed your driver's license to become a donor, a really good place to start is right here. It's life-source.org. And if you'd like to learn more about the Mayo Transplant Program, you can always go to mayoclinic.org.